Hey, Honors Algebra students, here is part 2 of your review for Chapter 6. This one might be just as long, I'm not sure, but you can watch them on different nights if you need to. Alright, let's do graphing of absolute values, okay? Linear graphing, so we're going to be graphing a line. We're going to get the V shape, and the first step is going to be to find the vertex, right? Okay, and remember that I look inside the absolute value for my vertex, my x-coordinate of my vertex, but I use its inverse. So the x-coordinate is going to be -3. All right, the y-coordinate is here, and I subtract 1. So my vertex is at -3, -1. 1, 2, 3, 1. All right, now from here I can use my slope. And it looks like it's 1/4, so I'm going to rise 1, go 1, 2, 3, 4. Going to rise 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and of course I can go back to the vertex and go up 1, back 1, 2, 3, 4. And it looks like I'm going to run out of room. 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably right about there. Pretty good guess. I'm ready to draw my special V shape for the absolute value graph. There we go. And now I'm ready to find the domain and the range. So to find my domain, I will check my x values, and to find my range, I will check my y values. Okay, so let's do the domain first. Looks like anywhere I put this vertical line, x is over here at -20. That black part of the V going to the left looks like it will eventually cross it. If I come over here, yeah, we're crossing, we're intersecting. If I go way out here to say 3,255 and 4/10, it looks like that black V on the right will intersect it. So it looks like my domain is going to be all real numbers. Okay, now my range, I'm going to test that with a horizontal line. And if I was up here, would the V come up and intersect this magenta line? Sure would. Eventually, if I extended it long enough, it would eventually cross. So this is cool. I'm hitting all these y values up here. Maybe I should scroll up just a smidgen. There we go. We can see that's the y-axis. Get yesterday's work out of the way. Okay. And so I'm still hitting intersecting. I intersect right there. Oh, but now I'm not intersecting anymore. The V is opening upwards, so I don't have any values below that. So the range is going to be all real numbers such that y is greater than or equal to the y-coordinate of the vertex. In other words, -1. And there you go. All right, let's try problem 15. There it is. Going to find my vertex first of all. And that looks like it's going to be at the point -5, -1. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -1. And then I'm going to use my slope, which as a fraction is going to be -2/1. So I'm going to go down 2, 1, down 2/1, like that. And on the other side, I'll go down 2 and back 1. Getting my characteristic V shape. This V is kind of skinny because my slope was -2, an integer. I had a fractional slope on the last one, like 1/4. I ended up with a really wide V, right? Okay, getting ready to test domain and range. Here comes the domain. By the way, I mean, you could just use a pencil or something, or even your finger, if you don't have a horizontal line handy in your pocket or something like that. And then the magenta one will test my range. Okay, so let's see here. I need to figure out the domain. And I'll bet you're guessing the domain will be all real numbers, and you are correct. All right, the range, magenta one. Look at this. I'm not hitting the V anywhere up here. Looks like I don't hit the V until y turns into -1. And then I hit it forever as y gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So my range is going to be all real numbers such that y is less than or equal to -1. All right. Let's graph two more. This one looks easy enough. Looks like it's in slope-intercept form. There's no absolute value. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, do my y-intercept at -4. I have a slope of 2, right? I see it's equal to, so it's going to be a solid line. Okay. And then I need my test point, right? I like to use 0, 0 for my test point. I like to mark it on there. And I plug 0 in for y and 0 in for x. And do I get a true statement? Is 0 less than or equal to 4? It is not. And so I'm going to shade beneath my line. Okay, there you go. I didn't mean to erase the origin there. I was just erasing some of the sloppiness of my shading. Okay, one more problem, and then this video is concluded. All right, I've got standard form here. I think I'm going to find my slope, negative of a over b, which is 5 over 2, and my y-intercept. And that y-intercept is going to be c over b, which is 4 over -2, which equals -2. So I'm going to get -2 right there. And I'm going to rise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, run 2. All right, I'm going to rise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and run 2. All right, I'm going to get a broken line this time, or a dashed line, if you will. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, because it's not equal to. Going to use my test point. Love to use that origin. Makes the math easy. Going to plug 0 in for x, 0 in for y, greater than 4. That is not a true statement. I will shade the other side of the line. And there you go. That's it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the test is Thursday. I think I post most of these on Tuesday. I wish you well. I hope that you come in for help this week. Mr. Lawrence signing off. Good night, everybody.